Well, we are heading to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. Arsenal are really that team that really went through this time round. Remember, ever since Arteta came in through and started the Carabao Cup, he hasn't exceeded the second round. You get? Most of the times he has been knocked out at the beginning of the tournament, but last season he was knocked out by West Ham. I think it was West Ham, right? Was it West Ham? So, looks like this time around, they're really going hard for this tournament. And I came up and I told you that in the game of Everton, I think that at a certain point X, Arteta really had his brain thinking of this game because people are like, you've been here for a very long time and you haven't gone ahead, obviously, win anything ever since you won an FA Cup, you know, and he has just gone ahead, obviously, add, he has just gone ahead, obviously, add on a community shield, something that is really not all that considered serious, you understand? So, as things stand, this guy is really looking forward to obviously lifting something special for the club of Arsenal, and he wants this trophy, and I won't be surprised on who he obviously brings on, but he'll be 100% ready to put everything into the mix. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Remember, this is the Rokani Media Football, and we are here to obviously let you know about what the world of football is like. Now, Arsenal come into this game of football after drawing with Everton. They are facing a side of Crystal Palace that has obviously gone ahead, obviously spend a lot of time, you know, winning at Falmer Stadium, you know, over the weekend. They won by 3-0. You remember that very well. Ismail Sarr, is it Mateta, Ismail Sarr, I think even it's not Mbeumo, this other guy, the French guy that is really tall and really strong, you know. So he won, and Arsenal went ahead, obviously draw points. So they're really playing away at one of the hostile stadiums, the hardest stadiums. Obviously get a win there. You saw to it that very many teams draw points there. I think Liverpool went ahead, obviously draw points there. Arsenal has to be very, very keen onto whether they really see themselves through or not. The beauty is that even if they really draw, they'll go to penalties. There is no replay because very many games are really here and they don't want to obviously gate very many people out of this. So, for Arsenal, those that are really injured and out of contention, one, we are having Ben White, Tomiyasu is out, Zinchenko is out, and Ricardo Carafiori is out, as confirmed by the manager. The rest of the players are coming in through. The goalkeeper, Neto, is cup-tied because he played in this tournament when he was still at the side of... did they get him from Wolverhampton Wanderers, right? So, he's not expected to play into this tournament. Then, for the side of Crystal Palace, they're really having... let me really get it right here. The following players. Chadi Reid is really out. Matthias Franca is out. Daniel Munoz picked up his 5th booking and is also out. Then Joel Ward and Adam Watson have not yet gone ahead to be ruled out, but in the game they played at the Falmer Stadium, they found themselves really not holding anything. So, this is what we are really going to see. And Edin Ketia is really going to be facing his former side of Arsenal. And we don't know whether he's really going to come up and obviously raise up to the occasion. Remember, we are powered by Muno Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. And even if you want a used phone and a used laptop from the United Kingdom, underline that. Go ahead and obviously call them on +256 70 99 88 665. You know, that's what the side of Mono Gadgets is all about. They also have affordable smartwatches. Now let's get into this probable starting 11 and of that of Arsenal. Some changes are really going to be made. I really anticipate. System, it's a 4-3-3 system for Arsenal always, and we are having who in goal. Obviously, we are having David Raya in goal. That is it. David Raya is going to be in between the stitches for the club of Manchester United. That is it. Sorry, for the club of Arsenal, because Neto is really cup tied. I don't know. I don't think that the manager is really going to bring the other English goalkeeper they signed from Ajax into this tournament. I don't really think so. But I would be shocked if at all he brings him, because this is they are just one game away from the final. You get? If at all they really win this game, they are one game away from the final. It will be a semi-final, right? So, right back, Julian Timber. Obviously, I know he's obviously going to come up and obviously be played onto the right back position, because neither Benjamin White nor Tomiyasu is available. And for that, he might also try Partey into that position. Left back, obviously, it's going to be, I know, however much the manager has shown us that KNTN is out of his plans, but this is one of the games that you're supposed to obviously give him a chance to obviously showcase his goods as you head into the January transfer window, and you want to obviously sell him off. KNTN, I think he will obviously come and play as a left back into that system. Then right-sided centre back, obviously, William Saliba. He's going to come into and obviously play his part. On the left side of the centre back, I think it's going to be Jakub Kivior, because Magalhaes played 90 minutes in the game they played at Emirates. So that is the back. That is the back five of the club of Arsenal, and that's how I anticipated them to obviously come in through and really play. Then at the midfield, I think Jorginho is going to be given a note to start in the midfield there, because these are the kind of the games that Jorginho is supposed to start. You understand? Then the other player alongside him is going to be Mikel Merino. I really anticipate to obviously come in through and obviously bluster that midfield alongside Jorginho. And then the other midfield, I think, is going to be Ethan Nwaneri. That is it. Ethan Nwaneri is going to be that midfield I think the manager will think about. That is the midfield three I believe that Arteta is really obviously going to bring in through. On the front three, the man that hasn't going to hit obviously not start any game, he has been starting these games of the Carabao Cup, but in the Premier League, I think he started one of Bournemouth, and when Saliba got a red card, they got him out, and they brought on a centre back at the names of Jakub Kivior. Now, after that, I think Sterling is going to be starting as the right forward for the club of Arsenal into this game of football, and he has a lot to showcase to really prove all the people that think that he's not good at anything to obviously come up and show us that he's really great at what he really does, and obviously puts in a very huge shift as a player for the club of Arsenal, and obviously to send a message that please, Arsenal, sign me on a permanent, because at Chelsea there is no way back. Even if he goes back, they'll just tell him, please find a club that is really going to sign you, and I think if he proves himself in such games, it can really give him a chance to obviously come and compete into what we call the games of the Premier League. That is it. And even if it doesn't start in the Premier League games, but it can help him as a player to really influence the manager to come on off the bench, especially if at all he performs well off that right side where Bukayo Saka consistently plays. And it shows you the levels at which Sterling is going to hit to drop, because if Saka's game was obviously off, then why would he be kept onto the pitch when you're having a player like Sterling? That means Sterling hasn't gonna hit obviously to show the manager that he's good at what he does into that position. So left forward, I think it's gonna be Leandro Trossard. He came off the bench when Arsenal was drawing with Everton, and this time I think he's gonna be starting into that position, and I won't be shocked if at all he started there. I won't be shocked if at all he's not. I won't be shocked if at all Sterling is being played that side and Trossard is being played on the right. But I believe those two will really lead the line. And who is really going to be the focal point into this game of football? I think it's going to be Gabriel Jesus. Looks like he's really back in form, but all he's lacking is that finishing ability, that clean corners in front of goal. That is what he's really having. But one thing I like about him, every time you bring him on, he really has that fire in his belly. Always. That's what he obviously goes ahead to do. Now, when you look at that 11, that is probable from my side, it obviously shows you that some changes are going to have to be made. Kientieni for Skelly Kivior for Gabriel Magalhaes, Jorginho for Declan Rice, Nwaneri for Odegaard, Sterling for Saka, Trossard for Martinelli, and Jesus for Kai Havertz, meaning that those changes might be made there to obviously see to it that everything really goes on as planned. So that is my probable starting 11. I'm calling upon for your reactions into the comment section below about who you think should obviously come up and put in a very good shift into the mix for that side. So when we go to the side of Crystal Palace, we expect Turner in goal, Gehi, Chalobah, Croix, and Munoz in the back four, right? Then Hughes, Leyma, and Michel. And Michel is going to be played as a left back, I think. Then Sa, Eze, and Nketiah. And looks like the man is going to be going strong because he's also 1 foot away from playing a semi-final. And the moment you go to the semi-final, all you have to do is to obviously be the winner, whether through penalties or through the full 90, and the rest will be history. That is it for this game of football as Arsenal takes on the side of Crystal Palace. That's what I really had into my mind. But my prediction is really going to be hard. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for the club of Arsenal. That is it. That's what is really on my mind. 2-1 win for the club of Arsenal. That's what is crossing my mind. You get? That's what is really crossing my mind. So I don't know what your predictions are into this particular game of football, but we are waiting to see what your thoughts are about it. But that is my probable starting 11. But all I know is that Arteta is dying to go in the semi-finals, and we might see to it that the Partez might come in through, the Sakas might come in through, and very many others, because they want to obviously get into the final bend of the... Sorry, we are already into the final bend. They're into the final bend of the first round of the Premier League when they're really strong. And maybe he needs this win. And if he doesn't get this win, it will obviously do him bad as a manager. So guys, thank you very much. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and see you when you see me.